Hello, welcome back. Before we begin this incredible experience together, I just want you to take a big, deep breath and relax. I hope you're sat on your sofa or just somewhere comfortable, because I'm going to transport you to a complete, perfect paradise here in Thailand. They say a picture paints 1,000 words. Well, here it is a masterpiece that nature has painted on this canvas. So there really isn't that much need for me to talk too much, especially at the beginning of this video. I've been filming bits and pieces whilst I've been relaxing and enjoying this paradise, and I'm going to share that with you right now. I'll talk over some of the footage, explain to you what I got up to, how I relaxed, and then at the end I'll meet you back over here by my cabin and I'll share exactly how you can stay here, how to get here, and just my overall review of 3 days in paradise. It is actually about to rain. We are just coming up to the beginning of the low season. I'm not pointing the camera away from the crowds. This is what it's like here. This is not very well known in comparison to other islands. And long that may continue, but I had to share this one with you. This is bucket list. So yeah, here we are in paradise. Let's begin with a quick tour of my beach cabin. It's got these two beautiful blue wooden chairs out the front, and this cabin in particular is the only one that has the beach access right on your doorstep. And as you can see, it's outrageously beautiful. The cabin itself is very rustic and very straightforward. You've got a double bed, a mosquito net, and a fan. You don't actually get a towel or shampoo, so I had to pay extra for that. But no frills, a basic wooden cabin. Beautiful in its own way, and simple. And yeah, incredible views when you're lying on the bed. The bathroom, actually quite nice and recently built. Lots of natural light. The shower head wasn't very good. But you get what you pay for, and I'll tell you how much I paid at the end of the video. The resort itself is called Koh Wai Paradise. It's been here for 30 years and they keep it in good nick. This is the restaurant and they serve quite basic seafood, Thai food. They have cocktails, they have alcohol, a little bar, delicious fresh seafood, and fruit shakes, coconut shakes, that type of thing. And quite an extensive library as well if you forget to bring your own book Once I'd checked in and had a little walk around, it was time for a well-deserved nap. And when you've got a view like this, there's not much else you want to do than just relax, watch the world go by, and stare at the beautiful ships out to sea, sailing around the islands. As I was reading my book and I was capturing this couple kayaking, I realized I don't think they're very good at kayaking. Good book, this one, by the way. If you like sci-fi, then you'll love this series. I stayed on the island for 3 nights, and this first day, I think we had the best of the weather. The sun was out, the skies were blue, and the ocean, well, it just looked absolutely magnificent. Obviously, when the ocean is that beautiful and inviting, I had to go for a snorkel. I grabbed a mask from reception and we went for a swim. It always surprises me how much life there is lurking below the surface. Spiky, dangerous looking things, and beautiful tropical fish. A magical experience snorkeling in Thailand. And I was on the hunt for some of the blue corals that I'd seen from my drone because they look really unique, and I was really keen to take a closer look. You'll see lots of other snorkeling trips come visit the island during the day. This little family on their own private tour, as well as larger groups, which we'll see later. They come and go during the day, but the only people who can enjoy it all day are the people like us who are actually staying on the island. This was actually a Saturday, and so I was quite surprised at just how quiet it is here. I wasn't complaining, of course, just an observation, I suppose. And as I went for a swim in the afternoon, I could hear something a little bit worrisome in the distance. Can you hear that? Even though it's incredibly beautiful weather this direction, I can feel an imminent storm approaching, and it's coming this way. After that beautiful tropical storm passed by, it was time for dinner. So I put my best, or worst, shirt on and headed into the restaurant and joined the other Thai families that were staying at Koh Wai Paradise. And I had a lovely dinner on my own, and a lovely vodka lemon shake and some delicious seafood. Alloy. Okay, I Hope you enjoyed that relaxing video. It was certainly very relaxing and enjoyable to film and to edit. It's actually been raining all day on my final day here, so that's why I'm using this mic, so you don't pick up all the rain and the noisy waves and that crow. I hope you can hear me okay. I want to go over everything now, some of the details, some of the practical information, and give you my overall thoughts about my stay here, because it's been incredible. But it's not, you know, perfect. As the title might suggest, there are some minor gripes, but I'll tell you everything. So firstly, if you didn't pick up from watching that highlight reel, basically, this is Koh Wai. And if you're not familiar with where it is, let me explain. So in Thailand, you're probably aware of the southern islands of Phuket and Koh Phi Phi and, you know, Krabi. That's all down on the west side, southwest side. And then you've got the Gulf of Thailand. That's where you've got Koh Samui, Koh Phangan, Koh Tao. But up actually on the east coast, almost on the border of Cambodia, actually, we can see the mainland of Cambodia in the distance behind that rain cloud, are the islands of Koh Chang and Koh Kood. Those are quite big islands. In the middle you have Koh Mak, and somewhere in between all of those islands is Koh Wai. So this is where we are. We're on this side of the Gulf. We're very far away from Phuket. We're very far away from Koh Samui. These are not islands that you can get a ferry to from anywhere really, other than the mainland over by the Cambodian border. So how did I get here? And how could you get here? Well, from Bangkok, it was very straightforward. Bangkok Airways, which by the way are definitely the best airline in Thailand, comfortable, reliable, boutique. They give you a free meal and water and a coffee, all included in your price. They fly from Bangkok to Trat airport. Very pleasant 45-minute flight. And then I organized a taxi. And I'll actually leave the taxi driver's phone number in the description, because he was excellent. His car was very nice, and he drove very sensibly, very carefully. And he drove me to the pier town where you catch the ferry or the speedboat to these islands, Koh Chang, Koh Mak, Koh Kood, and of course here, Koh Wai. However, when I arrived, it was too late in the afternoon to catch a speedboat. They only run once a day. So I actually stayed in a little guest house just by the pier. I think I paid 350 baht and the room was fine, and I stayed a night there. In the morning, the same guy kindly came and picked me up, took me to the pier where I got on the Koh Wai Paradise speedboat, and we whizzed across. It took about 45 minutes. We went down and around Koh Chang and we arrived here at Koh Wai. Actually, when we arrived, there was something quite unique, which you might have seen at the very beginning of that montage. When the speedboat arrives, they unload the supplies, some of the food, some of the ice, things that the island and the resort here needs, because obviously it's very remote, right? They need to get everything from the mainland. And then the passengers, we all got off, and I was thinking, where's the pier? And then I was thinking, well, oh, we must be getting a little dinghy to the beach. But no, they have this floating platform. Everybody got on, and using hand power, they pull you to shore, and you just see the incredible paradise in front of you, and then you step off and you arrive, you check in, and then you go to your bungalow. The resort, so this beach has 2 resorts, and I stayed at Koh Wai Paradise Resort. And I recommend them because the other resort down the far end of the beach, the rooms look, to be honest, they look nicer. But I don't know how much they are. They don't have aircon. None of them have aircon. I just can't recommend it to you because I didn't stay there. But I actually don't know what it's called either. But the one that I stayed at and the one that I recommend is Koh Wai Paradise. In particular, my bungalow here, the beautiful P1, right on the sand, outlooking to the sea. Incredible location. The other ones, to be fair, aren't that bad. Some of them look a little bit older and a bit more run down. But the ones along the stretch of beach here look absolutely gorgeous. So as long as you're not coming here in peak season and they put you on a cabin quite far away, they have 25 cabins, I think, you'll be fine. But if you can book ahead, I'll leave the Resort's Facebook page in the description. Contact them through that link. And if you do want to stay here and you want to stay in P1, make sure you book ahead a month or two at least, because this one is very popular amongst Thais. It's very famous on Instagram because it's so beautiful. These blue chairs and table contrasted with the wooden hut, contrasted with the white sand and turquoise waters. It really is absolutely stunning. And one of the few remaining islands and one of the few remaining beaches that have these old-fashioned wooden cabins, fan rooms. You know, I'm sure you've heard stories of people who used to go to Koh Tao 25 years ago and they would pay 100 baht for a beach log cabin. Those days are sadly over for most of the country, but over here and all around, if you know where to go, you can still find these very budget-friendly, very beautiful, lesser traveled areas of the country. You just need to know where to go, and this video is a perfect example of giving you some information on how to find an island like this. Now, leaving here, bit of an issue, because it's now low season, there aren't any boats from here to Koh Mak, which is the next island I'm going to. I actually have to get a speedboat tomorrow, all by myself, back to the mainland and change ferry companies and get on a different speedboat and come all the way back this way, past this island and onto Koh Mak. It's a little bit of a faff, but it's low season, so there are less speedboats available. Make sure, if you are coming in low season, which is any time after April, any time between April and October is low season, and obviously October to March is high season. If you're trying to book this cabin in December or January, make sure you're booking now, 6 months in advance, because this will be booked out. It really is that popular, especially with Thais. This room was 1,500 Thai baht per night, and you know, no aircon, no good water pressure. You know, when you turn a shower, the water just drips out. And, you know, you sweat in the evenings. It's a little bit hot and stuffy sometimes, but you do have that airflow from the fan. The generator is not on all day. They shut it off in the morning and they turn it back on at 12 till 3 and then back on again at 6 p.m. until the morning when you wake up. So it's on during the hottest part of the day, and it's on during the night. So when you're asleep or when you get trying to escape the heat, there is a fan and it's bearable. And again, because I'm here in low season, it's not been that hot anyway. Even when it was beautifully hot and sunny, didn't actually melt, which was nice. So this cabin is rustic and the other ones are a bit more rustic. If you're in this one, I think as long as you're not a princess, you'll be absolutely fine. Some of the highlights for me whilst I've been here for 3 days, the biggest one is just reading my book and relaxing. That's what I've been doing most of the time, and getting lots of footage, flying the drone. That was really fun. And they have snorkeling. Obviously you saw me snorkeling, and I did go out a few more times and it was quite enjoyable. They did have kayaks and stand-up paddle boards to rent as well, but I just didn't have the energy because the frequency of this island, as soon as I arrived, it hit me. Relaxation, rest mode engaged, and I didn't even feel like going for a run or a walk or explore or anything. There is a sunset viewpoint and I did want to go today to film it for you, but it looks like it's going to rain. If I do end up going, I'll add it at the end of the video. Another highlight is just sitting here in these iconic blue wooden tables and just watching the world go by. Right now as I'm speaking to you, there's a lovely Thai family kayaking, and the boats that come over from Koh Chang and from Kood on the snorkeling trips, they're really fun. You'll see them come in. They're quite beautiful. Some of them are very luxurious. Some of them are quite budget looking. Some of them, it's just one person who's organized a private tour on a little boat, and then others, it's a big group of Thai people. I recently, just a few hours ago, met this big group of women from Isan, and they had shared the cost of this big blue boat from Koh Chang, and they'd come over here to snorkel and to have fun. And just sitting here, reading my book and watching the world go by, relaxing, and hearing the sound of the waves and the birds, and watching the butterflies fly past, it really is just one of the highlights. Also, if you do have a drone like I have, it has been so much fun just to relax, even in the comfort of my own bed. In the morning, wake up in the mosquito net, grab the drone and capture great footage from the bed. There are 2 or 3 beaches this way which just look incredible, 2 or 3 beaches that way. You can fly up and around and just get incredible footage. And when it's sunny, the way that the sea just lights up in that turquoise, it really is incredible. I have hours of footage and I barely used any of it during this video because I just wanted to keep this video as short as possible, even though I am obviously giving you lots of information here at the end. In the next video, we will be going to Koh Wai, we'll be going to Koh Kood, we'll be going to Koh Cam, and we might also go to Koh Kradan as well. We'll see.